Hey guys, I'm just making this video based on an X post that I've just written, and I just really want to. It's not going to be, not that any of my videos are Flash, but this one's really, really, really not Flash. It's just going to be kind of riffing on an idea here that I wrote on X. I think this is a really good way is to just. I sometimes I just type stuff out in X, not kind of just coming up with an idea, just a stream of consciousness, a stream of thought. I think it's a really good idea then to come on and actually talk about what I just said, try and solidify the idea, come up with kind of new ideas around it, and see what you guys think and see what you think about what I have to say. This is all based around Anna Aigarth and the future potential of it, and then the actual price of Qubic potentially if this thing's real. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Let's get into it. So yeah, guys, so this is the post I made next. Now obviously, kind of like the title of this video, you're always looking to put something at the top that grabs people's attention a bit, so I'm using this 1 cent thing. But this is also true. It's also true, and I'll explain why in a second. So I started off just by saying, just been thinking about Qubic's Anna and the future potential of this if it is real. So Anna being the new AI that Qubic's released that currently is just learning maths. Give you a super quick overview of it here. And basically, this isn't like a large language model. It isn't like ChatGPT that's just taking loads of information and regurgitating it. This is actually supposed to learn exactly what a number is, learn how to add, and then apply that and learn all sorts of mathematics from that. So it's a really interesting concept. We have to see, this is the killer point here, if it's real. All the signs that I can see from what I understand about Qubic, its creator and the team of people that it has, I think that this is real in so much as they're really trying to do this. I don't know whether it'll succeed. We'll have to see. But if this is real, it makes 1 cent for Qubic sound like FUD. So 1 cent would equal $1 trillion market cap. I'm going to explain to you why that is 100% FUD, and Qubic would go way, way, way higher than that, in my opinion. So if this AI, so if Anna can learn about numbers, and I mean really learn and understand them, not just regurgitate like large language models, but really learn, like actually understand what a number is, like we learn when we're children, understand it, and then actually, like, as a great scientist from over the years, come up with new mathematical models, come up with new ideas, because it starts thinking about what it's learned and starts seeing different connections that other people mightn't see. Then the potential for this AI is massive in so many other ways. Obviously, just in maths alone, that's hugely, that there's so much huge potential there, because this thing's going to be able to evolve at a rate, infinitely quicker than humans ever evolved. This will be like Cambrian explosions every day sort of stuff we could be looking at eventually with this. But, right now, we're just looking at trying to add 1 + 1, and it's not even given the right answer. So let's see how it does. But imagine if it can do this, imagine what this means for the jobs industry. So companies all over the world hire people to perform jobs that, although they aren't super complicated, they can't be automated because there's a lot of real knowledge, common sense, and ambiguity. So if you take, a typical kind of admin job that's done with a computer every day, I mean, on the surface, it might look simple, that you're just connecting people, talking to people, entering data into things, sending out emails, responding to requests. Might look that, that complicated, and to us doing it mightn't be that complicated, but that's actually a really, really complex task that no other creature on Earth can do, and a lot of humans can't even do. And definitely an AI like ChatGPT can't do, because it can't think on its feet. It can't deal with ambiguous situations. It can't use its common sense, because there's no real knowledge of what it's doing. But if Anna is able to really understand maths, really able to get over ambiguous kind of things got to do with maths, is really able to use its common sense when working with maths, then it should be able to apply that to a job as well. So as I said here, a tool like ChatGPT could not perform a role like this because it doesn't truly understand anything. It can't evolve or think on its feet. But if Anna can learn maths and truly understand it, then it should be able to apply that logic and that reasoning and that way of learning something to be able to learn a job in a similar way. So let's just imagine, go into your mind's eye here and imagine a typical administrative job that's performed solely through a computer. Now, Anna could just sit in the background and watch an employee perform a task and ask questions as the employee performs her daily duties. Or even at the end of the day, Anna could record it, keep watching it over and over again, and then just, provide a list of questions all chunked together. Like, think about it. When you're teaching someone how to do a job, generally they sit beside you or you screen share and they watch how you do things. They get bored shitless. You get bored shitless. You're speaking in a boring manner. They're probably scrolling on their phone if they don't have to sit beside you. At the end of the day, they ask you some questions. It takes them ages to figure it out. And, they eventually work at the role and they make loads of mistakes and they figure it out. Well, Anna would do that in the same way, but it would be able to be super focused, watching everything you do, seeing how you click buttons, all that sort of stuff while you're doing it. It would be able to record the session, probably rewatch the session in matters of seconds at super fast speed, be able to take in data, be able to ask questions to you. It should be able to learn these tasks very quick. When it evolves a bit, I'm talking about a bit down the line when it's got over trying to add one and one. Then, the employee, same as what you would do in a job, then after teaching Anna, you could watch Anna do the job, reverse shadow it, and point out any errors until Anna can truly understand the role and perform the role as well as the employee can, or even better. At this point, Anna would be able to perform the role and remove the need for the human employee. And then obviously every day there's going to be ambiguous things that come up for Anna, place that it would need to think on his feet. But the same as what we do as humans, it's just going to be able to go and ask people questions, find out answers. It might be working with another person and it's like, I don't understand what you said. Can you say that to me again? Or it might have to do something and be like, go to its manager and be like, I don't know how to do this. Is there someone that could show me how? Just exactly what we do as humans, Anna should be able to do. But the thing is that when Anna learns how to do this for one employee, instead of where you've got a company where you have to train 1,000 employees, once Anna learns how to do it, well for one person, it's able to replace everyone in the whole company. I mean, it's wild. It's scary. It is scary, but it would just be able to replace the whole company, all those employees, which, is just crazy. And then Anna wouldn't just stop there. It could then absorb more information from a range of sources. So it could go filter the whole internet, just search Google pages, search all the company's internal. I'm sure you work with companies where they've just got document after document after document and videos. And man, you don't look at half of it. You get bored of it all. You just learn how to do the job. You never look at that shit again. But Anna could go and scroll through all that information, combine it with what other companies are doing, combine it with loads of information off the internet, and then, in no time become far better at the role that any human could ever, imagine, and just completely ace that role. But then it can go and apply the exact same learning method. And again, remember this, I'm not talking about like this is going to happen next week. I'm not even saying that's going to happen next year. This could be over the next decade I'm talking about, or even the next 2 decades. I don't know how long this is going to take. And again, maybe Anna won't achieve this, but some AI is going to come soon and it's going to achieve this. It's going to happen, but it mightn't be Anna, it mightn't be based in Qubic, but somewhere this is going to happen. And that's what's crazy, exciting. And I think it's possible that Qubic and Anna could be the place that this happens. But after it's learned that administrative job, it could apply just this exact same learning method to basically any role that exists. So it could be something in medicine, something in science, something in data, anything that doesn't require you to have a body. But then, as we can see with robotics, I mean, it's obviously going to be able to inhabit a body eventually and be able to do manual tasks as well. And since Anna isn't just one mind, just one mind, it would very quickly build up a knowledge of so many different fields. So imagine Anna's learning about an administrative task, perfects that. And while it's performing that task in place of thousands of people, at the same time, it's there learning, in tandem, at the same time, learning about medicine, science, data, learning all these things. But unlike in our world where maybe you're really skilled at medicine, maybe I'm good at administrative tasks, maybe someone else listening is good at science, and someone else is good at data. I mean, there's probably so much cross-functional things that we could share with each other that could change the world, but we don't know. We don't know how the information that we have could interact with each other. If that makes sense. But if all that information was in one mind, maybe something that I'm doing in medicine would apply to all the sciences in the world. I know medicine and science are, the same thing. I know data is basically science as well. I didn't, go very far out there, but maybe it could be recruitment we're talking about, administration. Maybe we're talking about, you could be an electrician, you could be a plumber, anything. All that information combined could come up with completely new things, completely new ways of doing things in the world, and a completely new understanding of the world. We'll be able to apply that cross-functional learning to find new and better ways of doing things that a human could never, ever discover. The end point would be that Anna would absorb and truly understand all human knowledge. Again, we could be talking 5 years, we could be talking 10 years, it could be 20 years, it could be hundreds of years. I don't know timelines, but I think it's probably sooner than later. But to be able to absorb and truly understand all human knowledge and get to a point where it would just create new ideas. So we'll get to a point we would have all human knowledge understood, be smarter than all humans combined, and it would just be creating new things and creating new ideas and better ways of doing things at an exponential rate, probably eventually. So in a few years, and I'm saying this positively, maybe it'll be a few decades. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know this, but I said I meant to say this little AI could go from 2 + 1 = -22, because that's the sort of answers it's giving right now, to something that's all knowledgeable. Imagine how valuable this AI would be to companies all over the world. And the only way they could access it would be by buying Qubic and holding Qubic. Because a company like, if we take these companies here, Amazon, Google, Meta, they've got, combined millions of employees. They'd be able to let most of those employees go pretty quick. And I'm not saying this is a good thing, but be able to let them go pretty quick. And those companies, it'd be a no-brainer for them. They could just save so much money. They could reduce costs to their customers, and there'll be competition, and probably see prices deflating for once, you would hope, because the buying power would have gone out of the work industry, because jobs would be missing, and then the cost of producing goods for these companies would reduce drastically, because there wouldn't be the overhead of paying salaries. So you can see companies like Amazon, Google, and Meta needing to buy Qubic, because the only way that you'll be able to access this AI is to buy Qubic. So they could be buying Qubic to access these tools and automate their workforce. So if you're a Qubic holder, I mean, this is why I'm saying that a trillion market cap or 1 cent for Qubic would be FUD in this situation. I'm sure any reasonable person can see that is if every person in the world is trying to get this AI because it can trade for them, it can build new things for them. Every company in the world is looking and thinking, I can automate my whole workforce. I just need to hold some Qubic to do that, and probably spend some Qubic to do that in that situation. I mean, everybody's going to be going. You're going to have 8 billion people in the world, and they all want a bit of Qubic to access this tool. I mean, a trillion market cap, you're going to be looking closer to probably 100 trillion market cap, like the most high market cap thing that ever existed. I know people will hear that and cringe and think it's crazy. I'm not saying that will happen, but I'm saying if this did happen, of course it would be the greatest invention that ever happened in the whole history of humankind, the whole history of the universe. So of course this will be the highest market cap thing that ever existed. Now, and I want to end, this isn't me FUDing, or this isn't me even saying do your own research or we'll have to see. This is just facts. We do not know how real this is. None of us know. It could all be bull. And even if it is real, it could fail. Now, my feeling, and from genuine research, is that this is real. And by that I mean that Qubic and CFB think that they are building this AI and they think that it can work, but they don't know for definite. The proof will only come as it happens. So even this is the most important line here. even if this is real, it could fail or could not be as good as what I'm saying, or might not succeed in the way that we think it is. It could be just the first step on a long chain of things, and maybe someone else is going to come along and do it. But eventually, somebody is going to do this, and it's going to be the biggest thing that ever existed. And I end by saying, if CFB can really achieve this, a trillion market cap for Qubic is really FUD, and it is. I mean, it'll blow past that. And that's why I think Qubic is just, it's worth the risk. I mean, if you're holding a little bit of Qubic, it could be worth so much in the future, but it's not guaranteed. So that's just what I say to you. Is you guys, don't be just holding out for that. Make sure to take profits along the way when the price does go up, as it inevitably will over the next couple of months, I think. And do take some profits and take your initial investment out and keep that moon bag just in case this happens. That's all I've got for you today, guys. I'll see you all on the outside.